interestingly enough, just a few weeks before, I had signed up for a contest called Small Business Boost on Facebook. And the idea of this contest is for small businesses to grow their Facebook following. I was working with I hired an intern. It was her idea, it wasn't even my idea. She said, "You should sign up for this." I said, "Okay." So, just as it turns out, during that time, the images became viral on the internet, and I just blew away all the competition in small business with $100,000 in a couple weeks. So they gave me $10,000, which I could also use in strategic marketing efforts on Facebook advertising, which if you guys have used that feature on Facebook, I think it's absolutely brilliant. I don't know if anybody here has experience doing that. I imagine you do. But I tried that a little bit before with this Facebook advertising, and I just really enjoyed how specific you could get. When I was doing photography commissions, I tried to figure out, okay, I'm going to Chicago. I want to go do a tour of Chicago. And I could advertise specifically through Facebook to, at the time, most of my clientele, female aged 30 to 55, people who were hiring me. So I could target women ages 30 to 55 in the Chicagoland area, a 15-mile radius, who like golden retriever or golden retrievers, send them a shot of one of my best golden retrievers that I've done, put that up there, and say, "Seth Testing is coming to town," da, da, da. And it was amazing in response. So I used that $10,000 actually to help promote my book, which is kind of fun. But that was a nice little perk of the images going viral during that contest. So, there I am. Funny enough, to talk about the power of the internet, I was receiving emails with this picture from people that I knew that didn't even recognize it was me, saying, "Have you seen this guy do these shots?" It's like all these shots attached. My information isn't on the email. It's 10 underwater dog shots. This very picture, I'm receiving it. I received it probably 25 times in a matter of a week because the email starts going around. And nobody recognizes that it's me. Test, test. Low battery. Low battery. Put this on. Right, hold it. Test it. Wow, that's louder. Okay. Let's do this. Testing 1, 2, 3. Cool. Anyway, so I was getting this email with this picture and other pictures. And I thought, oh man, it wouldn't be better if my information was on here, maybe my website, maybe my name. That would have been good. Here's the deal. I was extremely lucky with what happened to me with these other water dog shots. The power of social media helped me be successful with my photography career and hopefully have a career for a while. However, I did miss the boat on a lot of important things. I had no idea that something like this could happen, and it can happen in a lot of different ways. I had absolutely no idea that this could happen. By my website crashing, I should have 1 million+ Facebook fans. I should have 1 million+ Twitter followers. I should have hundreds of thousands of Instagram users. I have 6,000 Instagram users. 6,000 Instagram users. I wasn't on Instagram at the time. I had 5,000 Twitter followers. That's not very good. Considering the attention of the pictures. So I have 163,000 Facebook fans. So it's still good. I was able to use the attention to strike a book deal with a company called Little Brown. So I was with my literary agents. We put together a book proposal with a series of images, underwater dogs. Went after the publishers, the top 10 publishers in the world, all bid on rights to sell a book. There was a bidding war, which is extremely rare in general, but it never happens for a photography book. I ended up choosing between Random House, Simon Schuster, and Little Brown. Tough decision to make. Turning down Random House, which is the largest publishing company in the world, which is, again, just pitch me, because I have no idea what's going on here. And chose Little Brown to publish my first book, Underwater Dogs, which came out October 23rd of this past year. That's kind of static. It's working better? Yeah. Testing again. That's better. The book came out October 23rd. It was a New York Times bestseller for 11 weeks. The best-selling photography book of 2012 and one of the best-selling photography books ever made since there's photography books made. And thank you. And I really owe it to these guys on the right. You know, I was just a guy that saw an idea and decided to pursue it because I really believed in it. Willing to take that chance and just go for it, regardless of what the circumstances were. But it worked out. But I also we were in 1975 right now, and I did the same series of shots, I would not be standing here right now. I would not have a book. Well, if I had a book, it would be the only copy sitting at my house. And it would be just images posted into a scrapbook, probably. So it's interesting, you know, living in the year of 2013, what's happening with social media, the power of the internet, what happened to change my life. Seriously, I would not be doing this. I would not be able to make a living doing this if it was not for the internet. So going forward, I'm doing a new book called Underwater Puppies. That's why I'm here in Portland, Maine, working with my friend Julie Bernier. She is fantastic. She's become a friend of mine over the last couple of weeks, and especially working together the last couple of days. She has a puppy nursery school here called Dances with Dogs. So we teamed up to create some images for my new book, and I'm really proud to say we have some puppies from the Portland, Maine area that will be featured in my book. Rock and roll Portland, Maine. Yeah. And then this is kind of interesting. If anybody here work for Little Brown? Anybody work for Little Brown or Hachette Publishing? Okay, good. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire Little Brown after the release of my new book. Just don't tell anybody that. They did a great job with Underwater Dogs, but the reason why you have a publisher is you have a publisher for distribution and for promotion. And maybe notoriety, if you think that's important. Well, now I have promotion on my own. I gave them the entire campaign. I mean, these images became so popular, most major newspapers and magazines, where these pictures could be somewhat relevant, published the shots. And it's the same with television, the same with everything you can imagine. So promotion's kind of a check. Distribution, the way that the book world is changing, I already have access to all those outlets. So probably going forward, I'm going to do a better job of using my social media, my email distribution lists and all that. I'm going to ask Little Brown. I'm going to self-publish a book after Underwater Puppies. Going forward, start my own publishing company, self-publish using the power of my own social media that I acquired through these pictures, and sell my book and make 4 times as much per copy. So that's my plan. I don't know if it's going to work. Well, I might try it out. Does anybody have any questions? I'm just kind of rambling right now about everything. Anybody have any specific questions about dogs, hair, social media? Yeah. I wish I would have had somebody like you people who know more about social media than I know. If I would have had that person or a team of people, it would have been completely different. I mean, I can't exactly say how much more money I would have made. I mean, at least I was able to get the book deal, I was able to do the work with National Geographic, I was able to be hired by the New York Times, I made the book, I mean, a lot of cool stuff happened, but in terms of maintaining, especially because now I'm considering starting my own publishing company, maintaining that following and having that, I mean, if you have, obviously you guys know this, but having that kind of following, that kind of attention, just gives you so much control, so much power. So if I had somebody who knew about social media more than me, where they said, Seth, your website's crashed, immediately redirect people. I didn't even know what was happening. Immediately redirect people to your Facebook page, period, and gain that. If I would have done that, I would have had probably 2 million. I'd have 2 million likes on Facebook if I would have thought to do that. And I didn't do it. So I didn't have an advisor. I had people helping me out with, you know, hey, which literary agent do I choose? That's pretty much all I had help with, actually. So if I would have had help, and I'm not a fool about social media. I mean, at least I had a Facebook page set up. I had a Twitter account set up, but I sort of missed the boat on some of these other things. If I would have had some support hiring somebody who knew about this, they could have made some key decisions for me, and I would have, 10 or 20 times as many people following me, which would have been pretty cool. So I'm still working on that. Yeah.
I can hear your story either of 2 ways. Either it's a dream story of a social media project gone viral and successful beyond your wildest dreams, or a photographer trapped in overly specific market. If you didn't want to spend your life taking underwater pictures of dogs, how would you parlay this incredible success into visibility that would let you use your photographic talents in other ways? Have you thought about that strategically?
Good question. I have, and I've already done it. Well, I always be known as the underwater dog guy, probably. And I'm fine with that because I think, I'd rather be known as the underwater dog guy
that the parlay?
It's a good thing. It's a positive thing. So I'll probably be pointing that. It probably didn't help when I'm branding myself with tattoos of underwater dogs. Probably didn't help either. But I like to have that title. Do I want to be that person always and that's all I do? No. But in the moment right now, I think it's fantastic. I've been able to parlay that into work with my nonprofit. So I started my own nonprofit called Second Chance Photos. Now I'm teaming up with other charities to support my work. Pet Finder Foundation, the Animal Rescue Site, Greater Good, big entities that can help me out. So what I do is I teach photography workshops at animal shelters here in the United States and around the world how to take better pictures to increase adoption rates. And more importantly, improve the image of rescue and adoption through positive images. So I was able to do that, and really it's because I was already teaching workshops, but because of the success of these pictures, I was able to get other charities, bigger charities, to support me. And not only can I just teach these workshops now, but we go in to Chicago a few days ago. They show up with me, we get the media involved, we invite shelters from all around Chicagoland. We gave away 10 brand new digital SLR cameras and lenses and Photoshop software to all these animal shelters. They're learning from me on location how to take better pictures to increase adoption rates. This is terrific. Rather than they go out and buy a camera and not how to use it, I'm there, I make them do it. Take the pictures. And specifically,